This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
And thanks for joining us for the news at 11. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. Warmer weather has made it easier for road crews to fix potholes.
And that's why people living in a mobile home community are so frustrated that the potholes in their neighborhood are only getting bigger. Only RTV6's Graham Hunter is working to find out who's responsible here.
You can see the difficulty drivers have as they enter the Mooresville mobile home community off of North Old State Road 67. Residents say this problem has been like this for months, and they're ready for a change.
Well, what we have is all of this, potholes.
Cheryl Smith is tired of dealing with it.
We've got kids all out here, and we have to go up in the yards and stuff to go around the potholes.
And says it's causing problems for her family as well.
When I drive through here, I have my dad in the car. He's 83 with dementia and Alzheimer's. I can't bounce him around in the car like that.
She tells me the potholes have gotten progressively worse over the last 6 months.
It's been potholey ever since I moved in 4 years ago.
And says she has asked management of the community to do something about it.
I've been telling them about it for a good year now. And I keep getting told, we're getting to it. We're getting to it.
I reached out to the company. All they would tell me is that all the roads and the property are private and their responsibility. When you watch someone drive through, I mean, what do you think as you're watching her and kind of the way she's got to go through here?
Slow, easy. Take it easy. Don't hurt your car.
We called management here to ask them questions about the roads. They referred us to a corporate number. I called and left a message, and no one called us back. After interviewing Miss Smith, somebody came along and kicked us off their property, refusing to answer any of our questions about the roads. We'll continue pressing for answers. Reporting in Mooresville, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
Thanks, Graham. Now to a pothole problem on the north side of Indianapolis. This picture puts it in perspective. A pothole in a neighborhood near the Pyramids in College Park looks more like a doggy pool. Marie Farrell says her dog Maggie can fit her whole body in the pothole. And several other neighbors also share their frustrations with RTV6. They say several big potholes make the residential roads unsafe for cyclists, runners, and walkers, especially kids, and especially at night.
It's just really dangerous, and we don't have a lot of good lighting at night. We don't have street lights in here. It's kind of like a campground, so it's pretty dangerous for walking and driving.
And I trust Mayor Hogshead's going to take care of it. I really hope he will.
Well, the large pothole is at the end of Cynthia Babb's driveway. She says she reported it to the city several times. Officials tell us there are open requests in the area. We will continue to follow up until a solution is reached.
If you see a problem in your community and need help, you can reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. Now to Hiring Hoosiers, an RTV6 initiative connecting you to jobs, training, and other career resources.
From a tech company expansion to a new option for people seeking two-year degrees to opportunities working for the city. We start with the Department of Public Works. Tomorrow, DPW is hosting a job fair to recruit new employees. It goes from 9 to 1 in the operations garage at 1725 Southwest Street. DPW covers a wide variety of services throughout Indianapolis, including street repairs and traffic operators.
If you're interested in earning a two-year degree, there's a new option. Classes at St. Joseph College of Marion University, also known as St. Joe Indy, start in July. Officials cut the ribbon on the building at 30th and Kessler today. Under the school's Earn and Learn model, students will only be required to attend classes 2 days a week, allowing them to work on the other days.
Our goal is to make sure each student, as they're learning, is making at least $15 an hour, earning an associate's degree in business or arts and sciences that will prepare them to go on to be nurses and teachers and business leaders and people involved in the technology industry of our community.
The university is forming partnerships with employers for paid internships. Several have already committed, including Allison Transmission, Community Health Network, and Key Bank.
And hundreds of high-paying jobs could be coming to the west side of Indianapolis. The drug development and research company Covance plans to expand its facility on Country Club Road, adding more than 200 jobs. For that to happen, the city must approve a tax breaks proposal. Current employees make an average of $31 per hour. And to learn more about the Covance expansion, the St. Joe Indy program, the DPW job fair, or any other Hiring Hoosiers story you see on RTV6, go to hiringhoosiers.com.
You still have time to pay your respects to former Senator Richard Lugar. The public viewing will continue tomorrow at the Indiana State House, where Lugar will lie in state from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. The funeral will be held at St. Luke's Church starting at 1 o'clock. Vice President Mike Pence is scheduled to attend. The services will close some streets throughout the day. You can find all of that information in the RTV6 app.
It has been a long road to self-discovery for Ryan Ollier, whose path to his true self has led from the small town of Newburgh, Indiana, to Indianapolis for a huge personal milestone. You met Ryan last night on the news at 11. Ryan is transgender, born a female, but identifies as a male. And that's why we are using male pronouns. Now, tonight we meet Ryan's mother as she shares her feelings about watching her daughter become a man.
Good to see you. How are you?
Good.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
You all set?
Today's the day 22-year-old Ryan Ollier has been waiting for.
You're going to do a few drawings on your chest, get everything ready and take it from there.
Ryan was born female, but realized at 17 years old, he identifies as male. On this day, he's having what's known as top surgery, also called a transgender mastectomy, at IU Health in Indianapolis to masculinize his chest, a part of his body that has brought him discomfort and emotional stress for years.
My mom came with me. It definitely helps. I know they might necessarily aren't thrilled with me going through all this, but my mom's here for me.
Mixed emotions. I'm more here as because I'm the mom. I'm not actually in favor of this, but this is my child and I want to be here.
For Sherry, this has not been an easy transition.
Today's the day that my child is going to basically have breast tissue removed. Just concerned that is it going to bring the result that is hoped for.
How has this transition been for you?
Confusing. I still don't understand, but trying to and just trying to love no matter what, though.
Because it's not just a transition for you, it's a transition for everybody.
Rebecca Walatish is a licensed clinical social worker who works with gender diverse people and their families.
You've got to grieve the child you thought you had before you can learn to accept the child that you've had.
She says family support is vital to the progress and health of someone going through a gender transition. So she helps parents like Sherry understand.
There's an entire spectrum of people who might go under the umbrella of gender diverse. If one is I identify as a female and 10 is identify as a male, and you're born in a body that's female sex, but you're not a 1, you're a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you would be gender diverse because the sex assigned at birth is different than the gender identity that fits who you are.
Rebecca says it's important for families to refer to their loved ones using their preferred pronouns, he and him, she and her, and they and theirs. But she says families should also take the time they need to process what's happening to become the support system their child needs.
Suicide rates are astronomical. By the time they're 20, about 50% of gender diverse people have attempted suicide. When you look at the protective factors for suicide, the #1 most protective factor is having family support. So it's super important that we get the family in to talk to other parents who've gone through it, to talk to therapists, whatever, so they can kind of work through their own process.
That is why there are many local support groups and resources for not only trans individuals, but for their family members too.
You used to be someone's sister, now you're their brother or whatever, and so everyone has to kind of work through their own issues with that.
Ryan's top surgery in December was successful.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good to see you. How are things?
Good.
We checked in with Ryan when he came back to Indianapolis for a post-op visit with his doctor in February.
So definitely healing well. We like to see the bright pink scars, because that predicts it's going to turn white. So yeah, I think it's going to look really good. I think it's going to look awesome.
And while Ryan physically heals, he hopes his parents can heal as well as they process this change. Do your parents call you Ryan?
No. They don't want to call me Ryan, but they don't want to call me by my birth name, so they'll just be like, this is my child, and it's kind of awkward and kind of funny. My dad struggles with it. He's not happy about it. My mom is struggling, but trying, and she's open.
Ryan says this surgery has changed his life.
But you seem a lot happier today than when I've seen you in the past.
Yeah, it's been really nice. I have felt better. I mean, I feel a lot more confident. I feel like I can stand up straighter because I don't feel like I have to hunch and hide.
It's the little things some of us take for granted. Putting on clothes, walking down the street, going for a swim, basic introductions. That is what Ryan is now looking forward to.
And I didn't realize how much I avoided looking in the mirror. So I was sitting there a couple weeks back and I'm just like, I look really good. It's like the person I was always supposed to be.
And tomorrow, Dr. Gallagher chats with us in studio and answers your questions. So check out the story on Facebook, and we will take your questions to her.
Next here on RTV6, right now in Indiana, you cannot get a protective order if someone is harassing you, but that's about to change. And a little later,
there's some good people in this world, and a lot of them live in this town.
A local veteran in need of a little help brings out the best in the community.
Oh, we'll have our eye on the thermometer, but also on the radar. Some showers at 7 a.m. tomorrow, a few still around at 9. We'll finish that timeline and talk about temperatures in the 80s.
Sponsored by Turning Point Dental and Duncan. This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Welcome back. Governor Holcomb has signed a new law to help bullying victims get protective orders against their harassers. Call 6 Investigates first told you about this proposal in February. Representative Ryan Hatfield filed legislation after hearing from a young student who received hundreds of threatening text messages but found there was nothing in the law to protect him. Beginning July 1st, the new law will add harassment to the list of crimes that allow a victim to get an order of protection. Currently, you can get one for stalking, domestic violence, or sex offense, but not harassment.
A growing historic Indianapolis neighborhood is one step closer to bringing new life to an old eyesore. The City County Council has approved a proposal to designate Irvington Plaza as an economic development area. The Eastside Shopping Center has been plagued with empty storefronts, crime, and homelessness. Councilman Blake Johnson says the designation will help stimulate redevelopment and increase the chances of scoring state and federal grants. Today, leaders in Monroe County broke ground on a state-of-the-art facility for eating, playing, and of course, learning. The new Tri-North Middle School will go up next to the current school on West 15th Street. The 156,000 square foot building will include an oversized gym, a 2-story media center, and a cooking demonstration area in the cafeteria for student culinary classes. The principal says the project is all about providing the best opportunities for students.
Something that we have here is we have visionary leadership and a community that backs education.
The building will also be green with an energy-efficient white roof, geothermal heating and cooling, and 100% LED lighting. The project is scheduled to wrap up in 2022.
A Hamilton County veteran has a new way to get in and out of his home thanks to dozens of volunteers. David Feltner uses a wheelchair after having a leg amputated due to circulation issues. Today, 60 Home Depot employees volunteered their time to build him a custom-made ramp for his home in Cicero. Mr. Feltner says he's grateful to live in such a caring community.
I just don't have the words. I just don't have the words. And I'm a big man. It's overwhelming. It really is.
The volunteers also did some painting, floor repair, and fence upgrades, and it looks great.
It's always great to see that, too. And
I love seeing everybody come together to help
meet the person who's going to live there, too, right? Yeah.
And the weather cooperated.
Yeah, it was a nice day.
Power tools and rain don't go together.
No, they really don't.
Often,
Not so much.
I'm glad that's taken care of. Temperatures, they're getting warmer. And I think Friday through the weekend, temperatures in the 80s. It's been a while. We're still at 55 right now. It is comfortably cool. Let's put it that way. Temperatures by morning only 5 or 6 degrees cooler than where they're at right now. Here's the progression in temperatures. We were at 69 today. We'll repeat that tomorrow. The big day, the big jump takes place Thursday. Then we settle into a pattern that keeps above average temperatures, not just through the weekend in the 7-day forecast, but beyond. Looking 8 to 14 days out, temperatures should still be above average. Not a lot of rain here, but we have some rain just to the west of the Mississippi and then east towards Springfield, Effingham, between St. Louis and Effingham along Interstate 70. This rain is moving to the south and east and will show up first thing in the the morning toward Terre Haute, Bloomington, maybe Cloverdale, Greencastle. This will slide to the south and east. Bloomington, Bedford, Seymour, most likely to see it. There's about a 20% chance we could have some showers in the metro area on the north side of that weather system as it slides through. Temperatures from 50 to 62. That's at noon. We'll have more clouds in the afternoon, a little more sunshine breaking through. More clouds in the morning, a little more sunshine in the afternoon. Temperatures just shy of 70 in many spots. To the north, you'll have a little more consistent sunshine. Think you miss out on the showers. Showers are most likely to the south and the metro area. High temperatures within a couple degrees of our average high this time of year. Thursday, there's the magic number, 77. I think any showers or thunderstorms will hold off until Thursday night. We'll complete the mission getting well into the 70s. Overnight Thursday into Friday, here comes a line of showers, potentially some thunderstorms. That drops to the south and east and should be out of the picture by early Friday, but may return in the afternoon. A couple of those storms could be on the strong side. We're in the marginal or low risk category for severe storms. There's your 7-day planner. That's what I'm talking about. Consistently warmer temperatures, chance for weekend thunderstorms on Sunday, also into early next week, Monday.
Kevin, thank you. Hey, this is something you might take for granted on road trips. Signs showing you exactly what to expect at your next exit. But those weren't always what you'd see while zipping down the highway. In tonight's peek into the RTV6 archives, we're going back to 1983 when Indiana's roadside sign transition began.
Driving along a strange freeway can be a frustrating experience if you're hungry, tired, or low on fuel and don't know where to go. Some businesses put up big signs at interchanges, but others don't, and it's usually difficult to see what's available until you've already driven by. The regular highway signs are generally of no help. Even when they indicate which services can be found, they don't tell you which brands. You have to get off and look and hope they have what you want. But all that will soon change in Indiana. Under a joint program of the Commerce and Highway Departments, the state will put up signs with the logos of the restaurants, hotels, and gas stations located at each interchange. Several southern states already do this. The logos don't go on the regular exit signs. They'll be placed on separate billboards near each exit ramp. Lieutenant Governor John Mutt says the participating companies will be charged for the cost of putting up the signs, but won't have to pay any advertising fee beyond that. He says the signs are to provide a service, not to make money.
It also is a direct service to our hospitality industry because it provides them with, in essence, the prior notification to the traveler that their particular service is going to be available to the traveler.
The first signs will go up early this fall at 5 I-70 interchanges in Hancock and Henry counties. It will take about 2 years to sign the entire state.
By 1988, the operation and production of those signs was taken over by a private company called Indiana Logo Sign Group. In 2014, Call 6 found out the company was charging businesses more than neighboring states to add their logos to the signs and keeping most of the profits. Indiana gets 15% of the revenue from the fees companies pay to add their logos to the signs, far less than neighboring states. Officials say INDOT could run the program and keep all of the revenue, but would it cost money for employees and upkeep? Well, join us as we celebrate 70 years together working for you on May 30th at 7 p.m. Our 1-hour special featuring RTV6 staff past and present, sharing their memories and favorite stories. And you can check out more stories from the archives right now at theindychannel.com/70 years. Now, here's Dave with sports. Dave.
Guys, thanks. Day one of the Indy 500 practice in the books, and it was truly the fast and furious with all of the 36 drivers out there turning over 2,600 laps and turning speeds in the draft that rivaled pole speeds from a year ago. What a way to start the week. The news at 11. Continue.
On RTV6 News.
Well, an incident-free day today, although this is one of those hold-your-breath moments. That's 19-year-old Colton Herta driving, coming off the warm-up lane, does a 360, flat spots the tires. That lowers the car on the skid plates, causing the sparks to come out. No harm, though, no foul. Herta came back to practice afterwards, wound up having the top Honda-powered car in overall practice. Crazy. As teenagers, really. Hey, good evening to you. Opening day on the oval at the Speedway, and the weather did not disappoint. Neither did the traffic on the track itself. There were a total of 2,600 laps turned today. Spencer Piggott turned the most at 128 laps. His teammate didn't do too badly either. Last year's pole winner Ed Carpenter turning 105 laps and ended up third on the overall speed chart, just a tick behind Will Power and Simon Pagenaud. The Penske guys, they were 1-2. Quick 6 today, no toe. Here, I mean, these are the best laps turned without the use of the draft. Way more indicative what qualifying may look like this weekend. The other Carpenter car, Ed Jones, the quickest there. Hildebrand second quick. Our driver analyst, Tony Kanaan, third quick. Now, Kanaan's story is an interesting one. A team that struggled on the road and street courses this season, but they've been taking game with the Indy 500. And AJ bought a brand new chassis for Kanaan to use, and they arguably had the best session of the entire season today. There's some aerodynamic and tire compound changes compared to last year overall, getting ready for the 500, and TK already sees the results.
Nose, it's a little bit, we have a little bit different.
The wings have changed
a little bit. Gives us more downforce.
The idea is it's going to improve the racing. It's too early to tell, or what do you think?
No, we have more grip, so hopefully, although if it's going to be 100 degrees like it was last year, that's all going to go away very quick.
Very quick. But now, with all due respect to the other 35 drivers today, the busiest driver was James Hinchcliffe. He started in Marcus Ericsson's 7 car. That's his teammate. Then moved on to another teammate's car, Jack Harvey's number 60. Then gave Oriol Servia's 77 a go. All of this before climbing in his own car to test that. By the way, used the same front wing in each of the cars as well. Setting a baseline, though, for the SPF team.
You know, honestly, at a place like the Speedway, you're looking for thousands, tens of thousands of a second. And what we wanted to make sure was that the cars were as evenly built as possible. Wanted to eliminate as many variables as possible. So we put the same driver with the same tires, same front wing in each car, just to get any offsets that there might be in sensors, and just to get a sense of where every car kind of stacks up.
All a part of practice on a Tuesday. Join us Thursday night, another Emmy Award-winning Trackside 6 special. Among the stories, the business of Graham Rahal. He's grown up around cars, loves to tinker with them, and how he's now opened a performance shop out in Brownsburg. Graham becoming a huge part of this community.
I have a lot of plans, you know. I mean, my mind never stops. When it comes to growth, I'm always on it, probably too much. I think about it too much, maybe. But this is here to stay. We're here to try to take care of the community and let everybody here locally have some fun.
A lot of fun for sure. That and more, including the latest on last year's Indy 500 Rookie of the Year, Robert Wickens. He's as determined as ever to get back in a race car. Inspirational story. Plus, get to know Ryden Hunter Ray. Like father, like son, it's all family for the Hunter Rays down in South Florida. And a Throwback Thursday with a somewhat reclusive Gordon Johncock, a rare interview with the 2-time Indy 500 champ, Thursday night at 7:30 only on RTV6. Finally, though, tonight, first and foremost for Alexander Rossi. Tomorrow on the news at 11, another installment of 2 for the Road. This time starring the 2016 winner of the 500. The best way to get to know the personalities of these drivers. Absolute blast. Tomorrow night at 11, only on RTV6. The news at 11 continues after this.
You are simply the best.
Several IndyCar drivers made a pit stop at Riley Hospital for Children today. They helped patients assemble wagons and also raced remote-control cars. Halo Castroneves said it's great to bring the month of May spirit to the kids.
I mean, you don't want any kid to suffer, and especially being a parent, the perspective changed quite a lot. So it's great to have a community. It's great to have the town, the hospital that, you know, give us the opportunity to come here with the racing suit that they can see.
Drivers also spent time with families and handed out autographed trading cards. A great day there.
Sure, those kids love the racing suit. Right?
Yeah.
That's the coolest ever. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Good night.
Have a good night, everybody.